The Malibu Kayak Stealth series, both the 12 and the 14, come with a bait tank built in the center hatch. There's an optional pump kit from OEX that we're going to show you how to install today. What that'll do is it'll aerate your live well. The materials you're going to need is going to be the OEX pump kit. It's going to include the Tsunami 500 pump with the strainer, a 3/4 inch MPT to barb fitting, 2 hose clamps, a length of 3/4 inch hose, the adjustable aerator head, butt connectors and terminal ends, along with the toggle switch and excess wire. You're also going to need a tube of marine goop. For tools, you're going to need a tubing cutter, a Sharpie, a 5/16 inch socket, both a 1/2 and 1 inch drill bit, a drill, and wire strippers. First step in the installation of the pump kit is going to be to locate where the fitting goes. It's going to be on the port side of the boat, right next to the seat here. Just mark the center of this and then drill a 1 inch hole. Insert the pump shaft through the hole and mark where it exits the bottom of the kayak. After you have your mark, you'll just want to count 3 threads down the shaft from that. So you go 1, 2, 3. Mark it. Then using your tubing cutter, you can just cut the shaft off right there. After you have your shaft cut, just go ahead and insert the pump back through the hole. Take your strainer and tighten it onto the shaft. It's going to be a dry fit just to make sure everything's cut short enough. That's perfect. You want to make sure that it tightens all the way without locking out, or else you'll have a gap in there. You can now remove that. We're now going to install the barb fitting onto the pump. You want to put a little bit of goop onto the pump, then thread this onto there. Make it nice and tight. The goop will seal it so it doesn't have to be torqued on too hard. The pump's now ready for installation. You just want to put a layer of goop, of sealant, around the base of the pump, and then we'll go ahead and put that into the kayak through the hole. You just want to take some goop and put it on the strainer. Just fill that little ridge there. We're going to thread that onto the pump shaft. Again, just get it hand tight. You do not want to crack the fitting. Next, you're going to want to install your adjustable aerator. Again, take your 1 inch drill bit. You'll just want to center it on this tank, about halfway up the side, and drill your 1 inch hole. Again, with the adjustable aerator head, we'll just want to put some goop onto the flange of the fitting. You can put that right through the 1 inch hole we just drilled. Put a layer of goop around that fitting, and then spin on the retaining nut. Just get this as tight as you can by hand. Once your pump and your aerator fitting are installed in the boat, it's time to fit the hose. What we're going to do is we're going to take the hose and put it on the barb fitting of the pump. You'll want to mark it right at the back of the aerator fitting. And then we'll cut the hose to length. Once your hose is cut to length, just go ahead and take your hose clamps, put both of them on here. Take your tubing and put it on the back of the aerator fitting. Slide one hose clamp to the pump and one up on the aerator fitting, and we'll go ahead and tighten those. Now that the plumbing is complete, we'll move on to the electrical. The first step is going to be to find a suitable location for your toggle switch. We like to put it right here in front of the cup holder. What you want to do is you take your 1/2-inch drill bit, go ahead and drill that hole. Once our plumbing is complete, we'll move on to the wiring and electrical of this pump kit. First step is going to be to take your positive lead, it's the brown wire, off the pump. Splice it to the switch using butt connectors. Crimp that twice. Switch on the other side. On the other side of the switch, we'll put another butt connector. We'll splice that to our battery cable. Now take the negative lead from the pump. Use another butt connector. You're going to splice that to the battery, directly to the battery cable. Now we're just going to ensure both are the same length. Want about a 3-foot battery cable. Go ahead and cut that. We can now put our terminal ends on the end of the battery cable. After the splicers are made, apply some heat to these butt connectors. They're a marine grade heat shrink, so it'll create a watertight seal. You can use a torch or a lighter. You can also use a heat gun. Just make sure you do not burn the butt connector. Next, we're going to want to put a little bit of marine goop on the top side of the switch. And we can insert it into the hole on the kayak. You can now put the boot on and tighten it down until it's snug. The last thing you want to do with this installation, just to make it clean, is zip tie the cable to the tubing. And your installation is complete. With your stealth pump kit installed, you will need drainage on the tank. Your two options are to either remove the black piece completely or drill 2 holes in it. To remove it, just simply take out the tapping screws. To drill holes, we prefer 2 1/2-inch holes on this. You just want them kind of towards the bottom and then about 3/4 the way up. Just go ahead and drill 2 of these 3/4-inch holes. You can do it with the fitting still on the boat.
Okay.
With the holes drilled in this, you actually are going to have a 2-inch total drain. It's going to be plenty for drainage. You can always adjust with your aerator. As far as the black piece completely removed, you run the risk of having bait go out your scupper hole, so we do prefer the holes.